Hello, my name is Mr. Trickster, and today we are going to follow up on the previous video in which we made a simple mod of a storage box called Ultra Mega Storage, in which we added 1,000 slots to the storage box, and we gave it 30,000 health and made it craftable within a smithy. So before we move forward, if that last video helped you, if this video helps you, please, it would help me out greatly if you would subscribe, like the video, and then click that bell so that you're notified and kept up to date of all of the latest videos that I do post, because I'm working on getting more out there to you guys. So without further ado, today we're going to finish up that mod and get it published. In order to do so, we have to get icons set up and ready to go, because right now it's still using the small storage box icon, and we don't have an image to put on our mod when people are browsing through the mod menu to find our mod. We don't just want some generic image, so we want to make something that's unique to us, to our mod. So I'm not going to go crazy with it, but I am going to show you a couple little tricks that I do. So before we start, in case it started out weird when you open the dev kit, you want to go to UGC, go to Enable Mods, find the Ultra Mega Storage, and make sure you check it. That will allow, when you hit the Control spacebar, to bring up the folder with all of your mod info in it. And then the other thing that we need to do, we need to go ahead and open up our map, because it's more than likely, it might be on your map, but it might not be. So just to make sure, let's just go ahead and open it. And then we want to go into our world settings, and we want to type game data, and we want to make sure that right here it says Primal Game Data BP Ultra Mega Storage. That is very important. Without that, your mod just will not work. You'll be like, where's my stuff? It's not showing up. What is going on? What did I do wrong? It's more than likely this. So always double check that that's there before you start doing anything, just to make sure that you're on the correct settings. So let's just recap where we're at. I'm going to quickly press play, and I'm going to say cheat, GM buff. This is something I learned early on, is that you want to always test to make sure that your projects in Unreal Engine is the way you left it. I get it. We saved it. It should be there. However, Unreal Engine does some funky things every now and then, and this could be one of those. So you just want to double check that everything that you have done is still there. So we gave ourselves the points via GM buff, and we are now above level 21. So let's go to see if our box is there in the engrams. It is. We're good to go. Let's go ahead and unlock it. Let's give ourselves a smithy, and then let's give ourselves one foundation so that we can actually place down the smithy. All right, so let's place that there, and let's place that up there. Let's walk up to it, and here, this is, if you remember, I go cheat, give resources, and I'm going to do that just a few times, because I believe the wood requires a lot. So let's go ahead and put all that in there. We already see our structures folder. Let's double click that. We go to wood, Ultra Mega Storage. It's working out. Let's go ahead and craft one. So as you see, the icon still is like the box color is still the same icon here. And when we drag it over to our inventory, it's still the same icon. So these are the things we're going to work on today. So now we come over here. Let's place this bad boy down. And it comes in our blue color just like we wanted. It does say Ultra Mega Storage, 30,000 health, 0 out of 1,000 slots. We're good to go. Everything is as we left it, just perfectly, okay? So there are several things that you can do within here to help with the icon things. So you can go into your settings, you can turn off your HUD, you can go into photo mode, you can get your picture right here. There's a much simpler way. So let's go ahead and escape out of here. There is already an icon. We just saw it with all of the other storage boxes there, or all the other icons. So let's go up here and let's type, I believe it's called small underscore storage. Oh, it might not be an underscore, so storage. There it is. So clicking on content, and we typed small storage into the search bar. We grab our small storage icon. Now, here is where we're going to leave the editor and go into Photoshop. So If you don't have Photoshop, GIMP is another option for you. You can go in there and do a lot of the same things, and GIMP is free. So I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible for you because I know GIMP doesn't have all of the features of Photoshop, but it has a lot that are very similar. So I can show you how to do things in Photoshop. I don't know the names of them in GIMP. I do apologize. However, if you follow along with what I'm doing here, you'll be able to get very close to it. So we're going to right click on our icon. We're going to go to Asset Actions, and we're going to go down to Export. Now it's going to bring up a thing that says, where do you want to put this? I don't want to put it there. I want to go to my ASA folder, and I want to go to Super Ultra Mega Storage, and I want to say small storage icon. Because remember, in the last video, I did mention that there might be a possibility of making more different types of storage, different sizes of storage that have the Ultra Mega tag to them. So let's just see where it goes. So for now, we're going to go here. I did take a few photos and I popped them in there playing around last night. However, I found this to be a lot easier. So we're going to open up Photoshop, ignore all this stuff. This is all from another project that I'm working on. We're going to go to our folder. We're going to navigate to our folder here, and we're going to open this up. Okay, once it's open, we're going to make sure that everything is good to go. What I'm making sure here is sometimes it comes in, it'll say background. That means it's on and it'll be locked. That it's just the file format that it brought it in as. If that happens, you just double click, type BG, and it unlocks it and you're good to go. BG for background. It doesn't matter. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Image, and I'm going to go to, maybe I need to have the layer selected. Yeah. Oh, geez. Rookie mistakes here. So select the layer, go to Adjustments, and we're going to just very simply, we're going to click on Hue and Saturation. And we're going to try to get as close to our blue that we have in the game. And I think it'd be right about there. Let's make it a little bit more saturated to bring it up because it is going to be an icon. We want it to be vibrant. Let's give a little more contrast there a little bit. And I wonder what if I did colorize, if it would look better. Yep, nailed it. And that's it. So from there, that is now our icon because our Ultra Mega is blue. However, I want to do one more quick thing because I want to make sure that everybody knows that it's our mod that they're looking at when they look into their inventory. A blue one might not show up as easy for some people, so I added a layer by hitting the plus button down here, and then I'm going to go to Text, and as soon as Photoshop keeps up, I'm just going to type UM. That's it. Nothing too fancy. And then a couple of tricks within Photoshop. If you go back to the layer and you double click the T, it highlights it. And then you can go up here and you can use this as a slider where the under properties, and you can go to character. You can use it as a slider to make this bigger or smaller, however you want to do it. But I want to put this down here. Yeah, I'm okay with that font. So now we're going to double click on the blank spot in the layer, and we're going to come up here. We're going to click on stroke, and I'm going to make this just a black outline, and I'm going to give it probably 3 pixels of an outline. And then I want to add let's try an outer glow, and let's do a light blue outer glow, and let's make it a little bit bigger. Playing with the spread and size is going to allow you to adjust things here. So I don't want the size to be too big. I just want to have a little bit of a glow behind it. Okay. And then I think I want to... is that all I want to do? I think that's all I want to do. Let's do a little bit different here. I'm gonna go crazy with it. Nope, no, I'm not. I lied. I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm going to keep it very simple for right now because we're not trying to do too much to it. I do want to add one more thing, so I'm double click on the effect here, and I want to add a shadow, drop shadow. And we're going to go this way with it, so about 120-ish. And the distance needs to be a little bit further away. And the opacity, let's bring it up so we can actually see that there's a shadow back there. And then let's make it a little bit more fuzzy by changing the size. There we go. So now it says and we've got our icon. So this is going to stand out from all the other small storage boxes in the game. We can save this so we can come back to it and change it later. So I'm going to save the Photoshop file. So if I want to make any adjustments to that, I can. And then I'm going to click File and click Export As. And when this comes up, you just click Export. And then you put it where you want it. And it saves it as a ping. Do I want to overwrite that one? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay, so that's our icon. So now we can actually... We don't want to close this down just yet. I do want to hit save one more time just to make sure it saves. And I'm going to shrink it down. So now we go back to our dev kit. We go back to our folder. And then anywhere over here in the blank spot, you right click and go up to the top and say import. And we have our small _um storage icon PNG. Why did it... Okay. Let's try to rename that real quick if it'll let us. There we go. That seemed a bit much. It wants me to rename it because there's already one with that name there. So I'm just going to go ahead and rename this as Ultra Mega instead of Save it. Select that one to import. And now we've imported it. Okay, so now that is what our icon will look like. Sort of. It won't have that black icon around it or black stuff around it. It won't have all this weird stuff at the bottom here. For whatever reason, Unreal Engine does weird things to PNGs when it has it displayed down here. So don't worry about that. But for now, we're going to just make sure it's selected. And then now we get into where to put it. So here we're going to go to our primal item structure _storage box _ultra mega file. We're going to open that up. And there's only one thing we need to do. We go to item icon. It's right here. We already have it selected. We had it selected. And then we put it there. So if it's not selected, I just went down and clicked it and put it into place. Compile. Let's make sure it saves. And then let's go test it, because that should be all we need to do. So now the cool thing is that when we cheat GM buff, we go through all the same steps we did before. Whoops, I gotta give myself the levels first. I got ahead of myself. Let's go to 21, 22, that's fine. Oh, I don't know why. I'm trying to rush. I don't know why. Let's go Mega. You see it has the UM there? If you double click on it, now it's blue and has the UM on it. So our icon looks way different than anybody else in any of the other storage boxes within the inventory. So we've unlocked it there. We want to bring in a smithy. Oops, I got two of them. I double clicked. And metal foundation. And for anybody that's questioning if you didn't watch the last video, and you're watching this one, I am using a Xbox Elite controller, and I'm pressing down both analog sticks, just R3 and L3 together, to pull up that menu. So that you can, apparently I got a greenhouse glass ceiling, so it is what it is. Anyway, you can use, it's like a admin menu. It's really cool. So in here, let's go structures, wood, storage. Again, we've got the that is our icon. That's really cool. So let's give resources, and let's do that a couple times, and let's just transfer all. Let's craft one, Again, down here, it's showing the same icon. It's so amazing. It's just one icon covers for everything. And then we drag it over here and you see it's the same icon. So it looks really good in there. I might need to make that UM a little bit bigger because it gets kind of squished here. But it might work out. So we can take this, we place it down, the UM is down there, and that icon, we are good to go. Everything works, we're good. There's one thing left we have to do before we complete this mod, or before we can publish this mod. We have to create an image. So before I do all that, I want to make sure that I have everything saved. I'm hitting File, Save All. So everything we've done up to this point is saved. Everything works. Everything's good to go. So to create our image, I want to make it doesn't need to be anything fancy, but I want it to look kind of cool. So let's go back in and press play. And if we have 1,000 slots in our storage box and the regular small storage box only has 15, that's about, do the math, it's about 66-ish storage boxes worth of items in one storage box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a storage box. I believe it's under wood build. There it is. I only need one for this because I'm going to go into GCM. I'm going to shift F1 and I'm going to give myself one of these. And I'm going to type cheat GCM. What this does is it's going to allow us to have basically unlimited number of these. It won't consume this in our inventory. So if we do, you know what, I don't want it at that angle. That angle. 3. We said 30, right? Or sorry, 66. So 33 on each side is what we need. So we're just going to do. We're going to repeat this a few times, 5 to be exact. So that's 25. Actually, I need 6. My fault. Okay. And let's pick that up. And let's repeat this on the other side. Okay, so we want to put it roughly here, maybe. Okay, yep, same thing. 3, 4, 5. Wait, no, I was right. So if it's 5 times 6, we're looking at 30 on each side. So if we take, this is 36 on each side. So if we take 3 of these away, just giving it a little depth here. And remove that, pick that one up, and pick that one up. Now let's put ours, let's turn off the snapping. Let's put ours right here in the middle. Too close. Okay, so now what I want to do is I need to turn off the HUD. So I'm going to hold down my select key on my remote and turn off the HUD. And I'm going to bring this here, Shift F1, and on my computer, everybody's going to be different, but on my computer, if you have Windows, you can just type snipping in the search bar on your start menu, and you can grab this. Now, we're going to save this. Ultra Mega Storage Small. Save. Okay. And we're going to go back to Photoshop because now we need to make that image into, we need to say new, and we're going to say 400 by 400 here. We need to make sure that we make it 400 by 400 because that's the image size that it needs to be. Transparent is up to you. It doesn't really matter because we're just going to fill it in with this. And then we're going to file open, and we're going to grab our image and make sure you're on your select tool. Take the image over to your untitled, drop it in. It's probably going to be really big, so hit Control T to resize it. If you just grab a corner, it resizes down just fine. And it looks like I didn't. So let's all right. So we're gonna resize it. So there we go. I think that'll look all right. Hit enter, and then we just want to add our text layer. We don't need it that big. Holy cow. I'm taking it down to 24. Let's go down to 12. Yep, that'll work. Let's just move it over a little bit and double click again. Ultra Mega Storage. Okay. And I actually want to let's just copy this over for now. I don't want that in there, but what I want is all of the effects that we did. So if I hold down Alt, grab the effects, drag it onto the one that we have, it's good to go. Now we can take our and get rid of it because we don't want that there now. And I say we can go probably to 16. Yeah, there we go. And then I want to do something, if it'll let me. Nope, it won't let me. It's fine. I don't have time for it right now. I'm trying to do this video, so I'm trying to get too creative with this. So, okay, I think that's fine. Let's make sure it's in the center. It should, snapping should be on. There we go. And let's just bring it down a little bit. There we go. File. We want to save as. This is going to be mod. I'm sorry. Whoops. On your computer. I hate that Photoshop does that every now and then. So I want to say mod image. Save the Photoshop document so we can come back in and make changes to it later on. Click OK there. And then we want to export as. It's a 400 by 400. That is what our icon will look like in the mod store. We're going to save that. And now we go back to our medkit or dev kit, medkit. Jeez. Okay, so here we forgot to stop it, so let's go ahead and stop it now. And then now we go up to the UGC one last time, and we say share mod. Since we're done with our mod, we got to make sure that Ultra Mega Storage is selected in the dropdown. And I'm going to call it Ultra Mega Storage mod. And then this is where we select our image we just created. There it is, the PNG. Open that up. It is not a total conversion, it is structure. And this is funny. This is a little bit of drama that went on in the modding community. When you make your description for your mod, absolutely make sure that it's more than 100 characters long. If you do not, CurseForge has been deleting mods that didn't have a long description. Now, the issue there is some people, they didn't tell anybody that the description needed to be a certain length, and some people had a lot of different structures or crafting stations that replaced the vanilla crafting stations or structures. So imagine being on a server and you waking up one day and all of your crafting stations or your structures are just gone because CurseForge has deleted the mod that you were using to create such said crafting stations and or structures. So it was a back and forth, and they finally got them to put this on here. So right here, mod summary said mod descriptions should briefly explain what the mod is at a minimum. Failure to do so may result in the mod being removed from the mod browser by the moderation team. So mod summary. large, so we did, it's a storage box with larger capacity, larger storage capacity. And greater health. So that's our summary. But down here, we're going to type a full-on description. So here we're going to say the Ultra Mega Storage Mod allows So the Ultra Mega Storage Mod gives varying storage structures with much larger storage capacity, and also gives a much larger health stat to the storage structure. I'm holding shift and pressing enter to go to the next line. Should be pretty the same across a lot of these different things where you can type. You can use Markdown in the description to make things bold, or anything you can do on Discord. Same concept. So I'm going to do an asterisk, which is going to make it italic. So currently, the only storage structure variation is the small storage box. However, in plans for other size ultra mega storage is in the works. And then finish it off with another asterisk, so we're good to go there. So very simple. And we hit continue, and it says go to project. So now your mod was successfully uploaded. Let's click go to project. Let me grab that window and pull it over here for you. If it will. There we go. Couldn't grab it. Okay, so this, we would come here to files, and it says it was uploaded 1 minute ago, and it's processing. So what this does is this sends it to CurseForge. CurseForge does all of the cooking of the mod on their end, so you don't have to do it on your system. So you send it to them, and depending on the size of the mod, depending on the moderators that are available, depending on a multitude of different things, it could take anywhere from 20 minutes to 6 or 7 hours. Who knows? So at this point, I'm going to wrap up this video, because the only thing left to do is once this goes to approved, there will be an orange button here. You click the button and that publishes it. Done. The whole thing is uploaded and ready to go. And if you need to make updates to it, you just follow the same process, but the system already knows that you've uploaded it once, so you don't have to fill in a description or anything like that. You can do that through the Manage Project button here, and you go into your description and you make changes or whatever you need to do here. And you can upload images and different things through the project overview by using the upload image button. This ad stuff just started, so I got to figure that out on my computer. However, that is a simple mod and how to upload it onto CurseForge. And then once that is done, it will show up on the mod list for everybody to use. So if you have made this mod and you followed it along, there might be several different versions of the Ultra Mega Storage Box. Hopefully you put your own spin on it. If not, that's okay too. This is a learning experience for everybody. I hope this was informational. I hope I did a good enough job explaining things. If there are any more questions, feel free, please, to go into the comments and ask your questions. I will answer every single question to the best of my ability and as quickly as I am able to get to it. With that being said, again, if this has been helpful, please consider subscribing, liking this video, and ring that bell so that you get all of the latest info about modding, about Ark, about anything that I am going to put out there in the future. So for now, thank you very much for watching. And until next time, I'm Mr. Trickster. See you later.